So I want to tell you guys this story that happened to me a while back, and I think it's a good story to share with people, especially if like you're into this Illuminati stuff, where you know that there's something going on. I think it's a good story, and it's helpful for those because I get asked from time to time. People ask me like, "Hey, do you really believe in that stuff you talk about?" And it's like, "Yes, I do." And matter of fact, it's like gone beyond belief. Like it's like evident. It's evident that it really is going on. And certain things happen in life that kind of just confirm that belief system. And this story is one of those situations that happened to me where I'm like, oh yeah, of course, this stuff really is going on. I'll just jump right into the story. I'm not going to give a lot of detail for obvious reasons, but there was an event that I went to, and I took the girl I was dating at the time. We went to this event, and we met up with my coworker there too. It was an event that had alcohol. There was a show going on. It was cool. We started drinking. Maybe got a little bit too drinky. And we're avoiding the sun as much as possible because it was really sunny that day. And there was like nowhere to be. There was no shade. So we're kind of just dealing with the sun. And my buddy says to me, hey, we should go get a hat like that guy back there. I looked, and it was a dude who had one of those like Raiden hats. You know what I'm talking about? Those straw hats where they pick rice with. And I was like, yeah, let's go ask him where he got it. I'm like one of those guys, like I like talking to strangers, even if I'm a little bit drunk, like I enjoy it. All right, so then we all went over there. And when we got to him, it was an older guy who had this Raiden hat, and he was with three other people. It was him, another guy, and then two girls, probably their ladies or whatever. So when I got there, it was just him who was there because the others were preoccupied, like taking pictures of each other and stuff. So I said to the guy, hey, what's up? And he was like, hey, how's it going? I was like, pretty good. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing great. Oh, fantastic. Hey, where'd you get that hat? And he said to me, you like it? And I said, yeah, I like it. And he goes, you want one? I said, I want one. And then he proceeded to take his phone out of his pocket, opens up the contact, and he says, here, put your phone number in my phone. So I said, oh, okay. Like I thought he was going to tell me, oh, you want this hat? You like it? There's a booth over there that sells it. But when he handed me his phone, it was kind of like, oh, I guess he must have a hookup. He's got a friend that sells him or something. I don't know. So I put my phone number and my name in his phone. And while I'm doing that, he asked the girl that I was dating, hey, do you want one too? And she said, yeah, I'll take one. And he goes, all right, cool. I'm going to get both of you guys hats. So I handed him the phone back. And I was like, so where do you get the hats or what? And he's like, oh no, I ordered it online. And I said, oh, so you're gonna buy us hats and then give it to us? He's like, yeah, I'll buy you guys hats and give it to you guys. And I was like, oh no, man, you don't have to do that. I thought you had like a hookup or something. He goes, no, I want to. Normally I would fight people over that, like it's too nice of a thing to do, but I was already a little bit drunk. And I was kind of like, oh, okay, free hat, sick, dude, high five. And so I couldn't just leave at that point. I didn't even really want to. I'm like, this guy's willing to buy me a hat. He doesn't even know who I am. I want to know who this guy is. So I asked him. Obviously, he got his name. And I said, hey, what do you do, man? And he said, oh, I drive a truck for a living. I drive for a company that delivers sugar in liquid containers. And I was kind of like, that kind of doesn't make sense. And then he said, but it's not sugar. It's made out of corn. It's called, and before he had a chance to finish, I said, high fructose corn syrup. And he said, yeah, that's what it is. It's high fructose corn syrup. And if you don't know what high fructose corn syrup is, you should definitely look it up. Excuse me, I burped. You should definitely look at what high fructose corn syrup is. It's an ingredient that basically is a substitute for sugar. And a lot of corporations are using it because it's cheaper. They can make it cheaper and they put it in there instead of sugar, and they just feed it to you, right? And it's made out of corn. Corn is one of the main ingredients in it, but it's not made just with corn. It's also made with like just chemicals. They throw a bunch of chemicals and they make it in a lab, and it comes out really, really sweet, right? Well, it sounds fine and dandy, except when you look into it and you find out that this is not the most healthiest thing that we should be consuming. It's been linked to all kinds of diseases, let alone diabetes, and it can cause cancer. And there's just so much stuff that's been a lot of light has been shed on how bad this chemical is, this ingredient of high fructose corn syrup. So I know it's bad. I've done the research on it. And here I am talking to a guy that delivers it. And so I was like really interested, like, well, you deliver high fructose corn syrup? That's crazy. So he goes on, he says, yeah, man, I deliver to all kinds of different companies. As a matter of fact, I just got done delivering to, and he names this beer company. It's one of the biggest beer companies out there, right? He names this beer company. He said he delivered a whole truckload of high fructose corn syrup to this gigantic beer company. It's so big that you could even say it's the king of all beer companies, if you know what I'm saying. And I said, wait, you delivered a truckload of high fructose corn syrup to that beer company? Why? I mean, it's a beer company. And he just kind of smirked and said, I don't know. And I just thought it was interesting. Later on, I started thinking about it like, are they fermenting high fructose corn syrup and then throwing in beer flavoring? And I've heard all kinds of stuff on the internet, and that's why I tend to not drink beer that's like made from these gigantic companies. I make my own beer, or if I drink beer, I try to get it as locally as possible, because this stuff is going on. Did you know that beer, they're not required to show their ingredients? Like, you can buy anything at the store, and it's by law required. It contains this, contains that. But beer, they don't have to do that. So technically speaking, there's nothing stopping them from putting fucking poison in it if they wanted to, right? So I can't say that that's what they were doing, right? And I started thinking about it. This big beer company also sells products that have nothing to do with beer. Like, they have margarita style products as well, right? So I was thinking, oh, okay, either they're fermenting high fructose corn syrup for that product, or they're using the high fructose corn syrup to kind of give flavor to the sort of margarita style alcoholic beverages they sell. So I was just tripping out, like, wait, what would they need high fructose corn syrup for? And by this time, the younger guy that was with him came and joined the conversation. He was like listening. And the girl I was dating went and started talking to the girls. And so we were talking about this. And I guess he worked there too, same company. And the younger guy says, yeah, you know what? They're not calling it high fructose corn syrup anymore, though. They're changing the name. What are they changing the name to? And before they had a chance to finish, I said, corn sugar. And they said, yeah, corn sugar. That's what they're changing the name to. And I was like, yeah, I know about that. And the reason they're changing the name is because high fructose corn syrup has a bad rap. I mean, you go to the store and you can find tons of products now where they label on the package no high fructose corn syrup or high fructose corn syrup free or whatever. So it's like, it's got a bad rap. So one of the strategies they have is like, they're going to change the name to corn sugar. It doesn't sound as scary. High fructose corn syrup, ooh, corn sugar. Oh, it's not that bad. It's just sugar, but from corn. So these guys, they know now that I'm not an idiot. Like, I know I've done the research, and I know what this stuff is that they're talking about, right? So I kind of decided like to see where they were at, because yeah, they deliver it, but I mean, how much do they really know about it? So I said to them, you guys do know that, you know, high fructose corn syrup is bad for you, right? And they were both like, oh yeah, no, it's bad. It's really bad. One of them said, oh, it's poison. I was like, yeah, exactly. But it's in everything. And they both said, yep, it's in everything. And I was like, okay, cool. So they know this and they know that. All right. And then I asked them, why do you think that is? The older guy didn't really say anything, just kind of like smiled and looked down. The younger guy did, though. The younger guy says, yeah, oh, I know why. And I said, what? Why? He says, because of this. And he did this, and he put it to his eye. And if you don't know what this is, I mean, in the United States at least, it means a couple of things, whatever. It means A-OK, like A-OK, all right, cool, yeah, A-OK. But it's the hand signal for Satanism. It's the 666. It's a 666 symbol because this is a 6 here, and then you have 2 other fingers, so it's creating 3 6s. This is the stuff that a lot of the people who are in the Illuminati or promote the Illuminati or want to like kind of just show that they have an allegiance to the Illuminati, artists and singers and actors. They do this sign all the time. They always do stuff with the eye too. They always cover one eye and show the other one. Maybe they'll do the pyramid. All that stuff's real. They're kind of just putting it out there just to kind of get people used to it. So when the guy did that too, the older guy with the hat was like, oh yeah, yep. So he knew. They knew. And as a person who's into being informed and knows about all this crazy stuff going on in this world, it's kind of hard being in my shoes because there's not a lot of people that are into this stuff, right? As soon as you start talking to people about it, they look at you like you're fucking crazy. So whenever I come across someone that's informed, that knows about sodium fluoride or chemtrails or something like this, I get happy. I become like a freaking dog. Like, oh, you know? Hell yeah, cool. You're my new best friend. I get all super stoked. So I got super happy because I was like, exactly, yes, the Illuminati, right? My happiness did not last very long because the younger guy that did the thing says to me, yep, you're either with us or against us. And then he winked at me. And I thought to myself, I was in this high of like, oh, cool, these are my best friends now. And I was like nodding my head. And then I was like, you're either with us or against us. Like, what does he mean? And he says it again. You're either with us or against us. Winked at me again. So I was like, either this guy is saying this on the perspective of the Patriot, like you're either with the Patriots and us fighting the Illuminati, or you're against us, or he's on their team. And so he went on and said, you know what I mean? They're gonna win. They're gonna win. And the whole time, the older guy isn't even looking at him. He's looking at me. And he's just like, yep. So he said, they're gonna win. So you're either with us or against us. And he winked at me again. And I'm sitting there going, what the fuck? Oh shit, you guys are for the Illuminati. You guys are for this evil plan to bring down humanity. Like, huh? It was shocking to me. It was actually kind of shocking. So then he asks, so which is it? And he put me on the spot. And I thought to myself, oh, okay. I stopped nodding my head because I was more nodding my head like kind of just listening, And then at that point I stopped. And I thought to myself, like, what do you mean, which is it? Like, for me, it's an obvious answer, which is, oh no, I'm not with them. I'm not. I'm actually very much against what they're doing. But he put me on the spot. So I thought, and I said the first thing that came to mind, which is like, wait a minute. Like, they're poisoning you guys too. They're poisoning both of you guys. They both said, nope, they're not. The older fella said, all we drink when we get home is water. That's all we drink. And yeah, whenever we come out to an event like this, I mean, we'll hang out, we'll have a couple of beers or whatever, but as soon as we get back home, water. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess you guys got it all figured out. And this was just a trip for me to hear these guys being on the other side. I was like tripping out. The younger guy says, anyways, man, let us know, okay? And then he turns around and goes back with the girls that he was with. And then the older guy says, hey, man, I'll call you later, all right? I'll call you later. And I was like, okay. And he goes, about the hat. And I said, oh, yeah, okay, cool. And he's like, all right, cool, nice to meet you, bye. And I was just sitting there in shock, like, what the heck? After that, the girl that I was with was super drunk. I mean, like, she was talking and it wasn't making any sense. I was like, oh, fuck, you're drunk. And she just wasn't making any sense. And I said, let's get out of here. So we began to walk out, and she's like walking from left to right. And I was like, okay, she's super drunk. So I grab onto her shoulder and we began walking straight. And yeah, we still walk left to right, like she's kind of a big girl. So, I couldn't really walk so straight with her. I mean, she wasn't a big girl, like super duper, but she's just kind of stocky, like what a female Danny DeVito would look like. I mean, that's kind of messed up, but so what? I'm attracted to girls that look like Danny DeVito. So what? We're walking out, and these two people stop us, and they have walkie-talkies, and they're like, you guys can't be here. And I was like, we're on our way out. And he goes, no, you guys can't be here. I was like, yeah, I know, we're on our way out. I'm getting her out of here. She was that drunk. And they were like, no, 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 you need to come with us. So I was like, oh, fucking great. So they took us to the nearest exit and they were like, where's your car? And my car was like 2 blocks down. I was like, it's like 2 blocks down. They were like, okay, we're going to call a car for you. It's going to take you to your car. And I was like, okay. But in my head, I was like, what? Ah, hell no. This is all the setup. They're going to take us in this car. They're not going to take me to my car. They're going to take me to some fucking warehouse in the middle of nowhere and fucking MK Ultra my ass. I was like super paranoid. I mean, can you blame me after that conversation I had with those dudes? Luckily, the car picked us up and did actually take us to my car. The buddy that I was with, apparently he didn't know anything was going on. He left right after that, and I had to wait till I saw him at work, and I was like, hey man, did you hear what those guys said? And he was like, nah, I wasn't paying attention. And he's like, I was kind of mad at that guy. I was like, what, why? He's like, he was kind of a jerk. Like he went and he offered to buy you a hat and the girl you're dating a hat, but I was standing right there too. He didn't offer to buy me a hat. I was like, oh yeah, that's true. He didn't. He's like, yeah, so fuck that guy. Like I was just like in the cut, like playing with my phone. I told him the story, what the guys said, and he was just tripping out, you know. As a matter of fact, the next couple of days, he was making fun of me to be like, hey, man, join the Illuminati yet? Like, no. Or he'd be like, hey, dude, you're either with us or against us. Like, you son of a bitch. So, yeah, that's basically the story and what happened. And, you know, I'm not trying to claim that these guys were in the Illuminati or anything like that, but it really wouldn't surprise me if these guys were in some sort of secret society. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. As a matter of fact, they probably were, because these guys were in the know, they knew what was going on, and they were for it, you know? They were for it. They're like, they're gonna win, so I might as well, talk about bandwagoning, but they're gonna win, I might as well just join them. You know, that thing he said at the end where he's like, hey, you know, we can tell you're not a dumb guy. We can tell you're informed, you know, you're either with us or against us. Anyways, let us know. Him saying let us know kind of feels like an invitation to me. So this shit is real, you guys. It's really happening. That's how when people ask me like, oh, you really believe in the Illuminati? It's like, yeah, keep laughing, fucker. This stuff is real. I mean, they have the lower level guys that deliver the poison to companies in on the deal. And they're cheering it on like, yeah, this is awesome. We're on the winning team. If they're not even touching the high fructose corn syrup, why are you touching it? Why are you drinking it? Why are you eating it? Wake up, people. Like, stop it. It's just frustrating, man. I used to be so scared of the Illuminati, and I was just like, fuck these motherfuckers, man. I'm not scared anymore, dude. I know they're listening to us on our phones, everything we do, they're tracking everything, but I'm not gonna stay quiet anymore. I'm tired and done with staying quiet. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna speak out even more, because I am not scared. What the Who the hell? Hello?
Hey, what's cracking, fool?
Oh, what's up, fool? What are you doing? Hey, what phone number are you calling me from?
Oh, no, that's my girl, bro.
You son of a bitch, you scared the shit out of me.
Wait, no, the cops or what?
Nah, I thought you were the Illuminati.